I pressed the button. We're live. The first sounds in the recording are going to be you laughing at whatever it was that you just did. I don't even know how to categorize that. Okay, there's the stream link.
That's right. Yep.
We're gonna do the thing. We're gonna do the pre-stream, and then we're gonna do the stream, and it's gonna be just like it was last week when we were definitely here and not anywhere else. And then, you know, other things are gonna probably happen. Life.
I posted in both your Reddit, that's r/SB Make Stuff,
Wow.
and also on the Blue Sky.
Okay. And now I have reposted your repostings. And welcome to the pre-stream. I think nobody. Welcome nobody. I think we don't have any viewers yet. But that's the point of the pre-stream. Hey Amabel, we're just gonna play a little auto pets, you know? They released a new set of pets since last we were here, I believe. It's wild. They don't do that very often. Look at all these new pets. They got a pygmy hippopotamus. They got a kakapo, the finest bird in creation. They got a golden tamarin. This tortoise knows geometry.
Here's my problem with Super Auto Pets.
We're playing the weekly pack. We're playing weekly arena mode. Yeah, what's up?
You do not get to pet them.
You do not get to pet them. It's true, and it is.
Is
criminal.
that a kiwi?
There's a kiwi.
You're required to buy a kiwi.
You want me to pursue kind of a kiwi strategy? All right. So a big thing this week is the strawberries. The strawberry perk is not very good. A pet with the strawberry perk, when it faints, it gives the pet in the back +1 attack and +1 health. But strawberries are a trigger for other stuff. So you can see these kiwis. Whenever you hurt or sell a kiwi, you give one random friend with a strawberry, or a strawberry friend in the parlance of the kiwi, +1 attack. So you know what? We'll just go ahead. We'll draft some kiwis because Amabel seems to be into it. And then I'm also gonna grab a Barghest because they're very horrifying and adorable, and also I love them.
Okay.
Barghest is a. Are we sticky bulls or are we suave bulls? We got it. If there's an SB name available, we gotta take it. But this time,
you're
sticky. Okay. The Barghest is, you know, it's a mythical critter.
Oh, okay.
Hooray, we did it. And here's the thing about a draw. It's not a loss. No, we gotta get some strawberries. I probably should have drafted this pheasant first and then put a new pet down. But whatever, too late now. I don't even like pheasants. What about more Barghests? Okay, so I can't, you know, we don't have any strawberries. Right now, this lineup is kind of goofy looking. But we're gonna add a strawberry next time so the kiwis have something to trigger on. And for the moment, they're just kiwis. You can see our opponent also has double Barghest because it's a great strategy. Oh no, Amabel.
We lost.
You
lost.
No, you lost. It doesn't matter. If you turn 3, we get a life back. All right, let's just jam some kiwis together into a larger, meaner kiwi. Ooh. A betta fish, when it faints, significantly buffs the pet behind. We're going to grab another Barghest. Now we have enough Barghests to level up, but if we combine these all right now, even if we buy one of the pets that comes up, it's going to leave us with an empty space. Which I would prefer not to do. Right. So we're gonna.
Are you buying that strawberry, or?
Yeah, we're gonna throw the strawberry on one of the Barghests, and let's go. So our kiwi's pretty big, and the betta fish dying is going to make it even bigger. So it's going to have some time to trigger, feeding some combat violence to our our Barghest,
What is
and
the
it turns out it's not needed at all because we already had enough damage to kill the thing that we ended up attacking.
What does the ghost do?
The spooked effect causes the pets to take +1 damage whenever they take damage. So the Barghest frightens the enemy pets and it makes them take more damage from stuff. We can now go ahead and combine up here and grab ourselves something interesting. So flying fish and mole are both interesting pets for the next tier. The mole, when it faints, if it can remove 2 friendly perks from teammates, it does so and then summons a much larger mole. And it is quite powerful. I think we're going to take the flying fish because it's a little bit easier to support. This just gives experience to pets that are summoned in battle. And then obviously we're looking for some summons here. Show me something. Wow, they really want to buff up our Kiwis. I think we're maybe just going to take this kind of crummy black-necked stilt. This will give us trumpets. It'll make the dog, and then the fish will buff the dog, and that's something. It's a theory, at least.
What a buff dog.
What a buff dog, you're going to say. You're going to look at this dog and be like, why is that dog so fucking big? You ready? Oh.
Why is that dog swole? Swole is what they say, right?
I mean, so who's they?
People who care about muscles.
I think there are some people who say swole.
Muscle people.
Muscle people. Amabel, we're going to get a level 3 Kiwi. Is that even a good thing to do? I don't know, but we're certainly going to make it happen.
Yes. Should be all Kiwis.
All Kiwis? I don't think that's a real team, sweetie.
Ow.
Sorry, did I hurt your feelings?
You did. You did. It was terrible.
Well, the Great Big Kiwi is doing some pretty good work here. They defeated a lot of enemies. You're doing it, Amabel. Alright, let's give some juice to our flying fish, and then how do we want to adjust our strategy from here? We can hold on to the Kiwi for a little while. It's really not a great pet, but a body that is that size is somewhat valuable for the moment. I might just let it ride. Let's just keep playing with what we got here. Do we want to also push the Barghest? I mean, making enemies spooked is not nothing. One of the big upsides of status effects, ailments, is that a pet can only have one status effect at a time. And so if you apply an ailment to an enemy pet, it removes their food buff. But you can see the Barghest here specifically only targets enemies who don't have a perk, which makes it the least valuable ailment in the game. I don't know if we want to pursue this any further. I mean, but every time we add to it, obviously, its stats get better. I don't know. We'll take that for now. All right, another kind of soft theme here is that there's just a lot of birds in this pack. It's a very bird-heavy environment. Look at all the birds. It's crazy talk. So replace friendly strawberries with +4 mana. We're kind of using this strawberry as a hook for the Kiwi ability for the moment. The parrot just copies the ability from the pet ahead of it, which can be awfully handy if you have a nice, powerful ability going. We kind of don't. All right, I'll level up on the betta fish to make it give +8, +4 is certainly interesting. Okay, so here's something. The Kappa. When the Kappa faints, it summons a 14/16 random pet from tier 3 for you and for the opponent. And since we have something that improves the power of our summons, Obviously that it's a little bit better for us than it will be for them in theory.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bail on this Kiwi who is starting to get outclassed. Selling the Kiwi does give a permanent. Yeah.
Finish your sentence, but I noticed something.
What's up?
The stream is unlisted.
The stream is
so
unlisted.
It probably didn't notify anyone who hasn't seen.
You're right. The stream is unlisted because we were experimenting with things the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. And I don't think I can change it while it's live. So we're gonna end the stream. Start streaming. Yay! It's back. Yay! In theory. Oops. Yeah. Anybody who didn't have the direct link was. That's on me. We were doing technology tests. And I forgot and didn't change stuff back. Anyway, welcome to the pre-stream. Okay, so now that we have like this Kappa and flying fish thing, we're definitely incentivized to lean into the summons a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes stuff like the mole and the anteater both more compelling. But I don't really know. I don't really know what I feel like the strat is. This blackneck stilt is really not doing very much for us. So maybe we bounce on that and pull in the anteaters, just like a very simple, very annoying pet. And we'll just kind of reroll, searching for value here. Okay, yeah, like these are both going to do good things for us once we can afford them. We're in a little bit of a weird transitional state here. I wouldn't be surprised if we lose a round or two to people whose teams are a little more focused. So you can see our pet. So the pets summoned by the Kappa are 14, 16, right?
Okay.
Every time a pet gets an XP, it gets +1/+1. So our Kappa pet came out at 14, 16 and then got 2 XP from the flying fish and went up to 16, 18, meaning that it's exactly big enough to kill the pet they get from the Kappa in a single hit and then still kill the next pet behind it. Strats.
Yeah.
Right?
I really am enjoying your strat of getting a lot of ties.
It's not the plan. All right, now our summon pet's going to get 4 XP and it's going to dwarf the other pet. And also we got enough XP here we have enough anteaters here to just level up our anteater. And we could, you know what? We could level up our Kappa. We could get a cool sea cucumber. I like the sea cucumber a lot. See, this one gives enemy pets an affliction that causes them to permanently increase the stat line of our pets. And also, this is a proper affliction, so it will overwrite enemy food buffs and stuff. So we're gonna make some changes here as we move up. This betta fish is kind of like in an awkward spot in the lineup and not really doing anything anymore, so he's probably going to be getting removed.
I'm surprised you like the sea cucumber, sweetheart, because historically you do not like the sea or cucumbers, in my experience.
That was a bit? Is that what you're... Sorry, I'm not...
Hi, Robin. Hi, Cat of Nine Tails.
Hello, everybody. The stream is visible to everyone now, just as it has always been.
Amabel saved the day. How about that?
I don't know what you're talking about. The stream was always visible to everyone.
All right.
Because that's how it is and has been. Okay. So, we have kind of a plan now. We have sort of a place that we're going. This Barghest is absolutely kind of outside of our strategy at this point. Look at that. The Kappa produced a huge anteater for us. That's nice. Because when the anteater dies, it's going to summon an ant who's also going to benefit from our flying fish. Sadly, the flying fish will only buff 2 pets per turn. but it was enough this time. Now, one thing
Yeah.
that we are definitely going to see a lot of,
Mm-hmm.
as we're going in here, is people on the really huge dog strategy, because there are some good really huge dog enablers, and it's a little scary. It can be tough for this strat to overcome the size and meanness of the dog. However, Cerberus, I think we're likely to replace our one mythical scary dog with a different mythical scary dog.
Robin says that when I'm done with you playing Total War Warhammer to make you play Rome or Medieval 2, I don't think that's in the cards. Historical games are not really your cup of tea. I did this morning play, because you have the Total War Pharaoh in the Steam library. I did start playing that one.
Yeah,
a little bit
we do have
myself.
Pharaoh. Yeah,
That's the only one of the historical ones you have, right?
well, yeah. I have Shogun 2. I have
Okay.
Rome. Rome's kind of an ancient game. I mean, Shogun 2 sort of is too.
All right, well, maybe I'll check those out.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm a little torn. I do want to get rid of this Barghest who's kind of not playing in theme and replace the Barghest with Cerberus.
Mm-hmm.
But
A fire pop?
a thing I know about this set is that it contains the Jersey Devil. The Jersey Devil buffs summoned pets for an amount of health and attack that is based on the number of level 3 pets you have sold this game.
Mm-hmm.
And so with all these pets that are like at 2 and a third, it does incentivize me to want to like spend chocolate and stuff, try to level this Barghest up so that we can sell it at peak.
Okay.
So I'm going to do that, even though it might seem like a crazy thing to do. Unfortunately, at this point, it becomes harder and harder to find extra copies of a pet, because at this point there's so much stuff in the pool.
Yeah.
Well, that's annoying. We've run up against an enemy who is also running summon buffs here. How dare they, Amabel? Okay, I don't think that's too bad. And
They
I think
broke they broke your streak of tying.
how dare they? All right, I think I'm comfortable just laying in the replacement right away, because the Cerberus is like pretty big by itself, just an 8/8 immediately.
Mm-hmm.
The adorable cuties. Oh no. Well, they killed my flying fish right away, which is not ideal. Also, their pets are quite large.
I see that. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a couple of strategies that are going to be like a big problem for us here. Great Big Dog is going to be a little bit of a problem, and what if all my pets were 50-50 is also sort of a
What is
an
that
issue.
bird?
This is the Bird of Paradise. It has a huge plate-shaped head, sort of a serving dish. Every time you spend 7 gold, it gives 3 random pets bonus attack and health. It is a good way of driving one of those make all your pets really big teams.
Okay.
But what I'm looking for is kind of improvements to the current team, or maybe a Jersey Devil. Okay, so we found a Kappa. Another Kappa is kind of an interesting thing, because leveling up the Kappa doesn't improve the quality of the monsters that it summons, it improves the number.
Okay.
obviously, you know, when we defeat someone or when we lose this Kappa, we're not going to have room to summon 2 monsters, so one of them will be wasted. And we can try to adjust the order of things to make it functional. I guess it doesn't like. I do want to limit the amount of free stuff I'm giving the opponent, but look at those adorable fire pups. So, this is a pretty big dog. Yeah, big dog teams are still going to be a problem for us unless we can get that Jersey Devil going. Kind of an important step. Aha. So, the question is, do we sacrifice the sea cucumber, who is fully sort of outside the gimmick, or do we pitch like the anteater, who is kind of a non-compelling, you know, he's summoning these tiny little ants, and the ants are buffing people, but I think it's selling the sea cucumber removes our source of debuffs, but it also is another tier 3 pet sold, and so it makes the or level 3 pet sold, so it does make the Jersey Devil better. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna commit perhaps a foolish play here, and then like I don't know that I really do want to level up the Kappa again, because we're not gonna be able to make use of a third summon most likely. What I really want is, yeah, more Jersey Devil. In no small part because we want to get the health of this Jersey Devil up. It's going to be really easy for it to die pre-combat right now. If the enemy has any, you know, at start of battle, do damage type effects. There we go. We're summoning, you know, stuff that is bigger and tougher.
What is your favorite cryptid, sweetheart?
My favorite cryptid, man. We didn't even make it to the big dog. I don't think this is working. My favorite cryptid, that's a tough one. I'm a big fan of the aqueous mouse. What's that cat? What's the You're familiar with the aqueous mouse?
I'm not. Or if I am, you told me and then I forgot.
It is a mouse that if you capture it, it cries so hard that it dissolves into a puddle of its own tears. It becomes liquid when it's sad. Yeah, I think that's like it's like very sad, but it's also kind of beautiful. Like I like the cryptids with the big weird emotional resonance. Which is also why I like the yeah, it's not working out. Which is also why I like the other one I'm gonna say here, which is you know that cat where the legs on one side are shorter, and they live on a hillside, and all they can do their entire life is walk around the hill because they're.
I don't know that one. No.
Yeah, that's a good old American cryptid right there. That's like an Appalachians cryptid.
Okay, I'm too basic.
Look at the size of these fucking animals.
I know my Mothman. I know my Jersey Devil.
Okay, Mothman. Yeah, Mothman's a great classic.
I know my Linane Rouge. Does Linane Rouge count as a cryptid?
I don't know. All right. Well, that was terrible, Amabel.
You did a job.
This adorable Cerberus was unable to drag us to victory, kicking and screaming. Oh, we're so close. So every time you fill up the bar, you get another cosmetic. Yay! There's no like power or anything to be earned. It's just, you know, new backgrounds or new hats for your pets or new mascot characters. You know, super auto pets. That's what's going on there. they released a new animal pack, which happens quite rarely. This is something that I did not show off on the stream because we were we were not actually live. Look at these cute little new animals. They included the kakapo. Who wouldn't love such a thing? You get some other pretty good ones in here. California condor is a pretty good kind of condor. You get your golden tamarin. You get your geometric tortoise. Look at this! Look at this long comb sawfish. Adorable. Nature's weird. Hey, Amabel.
Yeah.
What's it time for?
It's time for the Hypnospace Outlaw?
It's time for Hypnospace Outlaw. Welcome back. So, hey, there was no stream last week.
There were dogs.
There were dogs. There were dogs. We got required. We got required to do some dog sitting. Dog sitting was suddenly upon us, and so let me pull us out of the gas cave here, and voila, voila. Welcome back to Hypnospace Outlaw, where we are resuming. They were adorable little dogs. They were very, very sweet little critters. Loud, very, very loud for their size. Really, really capable of producing just a spine-shattering amount of noise when they got to howling. So, Amabel, where are we at? What are we doing?
I made a face.
Yep, that's certainly true.
Oh, there's another cake. What am I gonna do with this? I already have a nose.
Make like a Van Dyke.
I don't like that. I don't approve of that at all.
Well, then make him have a Van Dyke, but be frowning about it.
Remember how this works.
Oh no, my cam is on. Hi, everybody. Y'all can see. Y'all can see. Listen, it's not. I don't think it's a big mysterious mistake what I look like. I've been on cam before. Look, Amabel just refreshed my side shave. It's very short.
Well, should I be on cam?
I am going to turn my cam off.
Okay.
And everybody got to see my uncharacteristically bright yellow shirt. I usually that's embarrassing. I usually am wearing black.
I just had to familiarize myself.
Okay.
Dashboard. Right. This was.
If everybody's good, maybe we'll have some FaceTime at the end of the stream. Oof. So hey, Amabel, where are we at?
We're in the middle of the beginning of the Hypnospace archival project.
That's right. It is roughly present day, present time.
Right.
Hypnospace had a catastrophic crash with the New Year patch. Some people actually were killed.
Yeah.
And Tim, what's his name, was blamed with his Armageddon virus. Tim Stevens. But you have reason to believe that is not a fair attribution of blame. Because we know what that virus did, and we disabled it.
Yeah. Thanks all for the warm welcome. Please read my page before sending me any message directly. Thank you. Non-original archived Hypnospace page. Feels a little strange using this page builder so many years later, but yes, hi, I'm Tim. Yep, the same Tim you probably heard about back in early 2000. Yes, I went to prison, and yes, I spent the whole 6 years there. How much different now as anyone is after adolescence? Used Hypnospace in 98, 99? Yes. Did you do anything embarrassing? I'm not really sure how to answer this one. Embarrassing is not the right word for what I caused. I still think about it every day, and I'm deeply, deeply sorry for it. As a kid, messing around with tech that I knew almost nothing about. My entire world revolved around wooing a girl I was infatuated with and getting into a hacker group, and I would have done anything to impress either of them. I had no idea that I'd even be capable of harming people with the software I'd made. It was all so stupid. What are you up to now? I work in computer security and live a contented life with my wife and daughter.
He spent
Hi.
6 years in prison. And frankly, given the way the American judicial system works, it's remarkable that it was that little.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm Tamara, perhaps better known nowadays as T Frost. When Chelsea reached out to me about supporting the HAP, I literally jumped for joy. There was something special about Hypnospace. It felt like a lived-in place. The folks who are out there trying to preserve its history inspires me greatly. Sorry about the old picture. You sure did. Do anything embarrassing? I'm not so sure. It's been ages. For my age at the time, it was highly probable. Young Tamara didn't know where to take her life. She was an autumn leaf, blown every which way by people and social movements and her own creative whims. What are you up to now? I'm a poet for children. I wrote a few anthologies that your kids have probably seen at the school library. Between the Angry Spaces, 2007, and River, 2012.
We heard some of Tamara's poetry.
Yeah. Chelsea Smith, I don't remember. Sorry about the lack of a picture. I'll have to get a suitable one uploaded soon. I'm Chelsea. It's unlikely anyone remembers me, so I never made my own Hypnospace page or used HipChitChat. Hypnospace was a very important part of my life. This whole archival project was my idea, and thankfully Tamara was interested enough to help foot the bill. Okay, I'm
Hey,
getting
sweetie,
an idea how
can
to put
I
together. Yeah,
can I ask you to be a little more forward here?
forward.
You're reading in a very like I don't know kind of way.
Okay,
Present
I'm
the
sorry.
text. Present the text.
Do you use Hypnospace in 98.99? Yes. If so, did you do anything embarrassing? Nope. If I ever got around to making a page, I would have had plenty to share here. What are you up to now? Not a whole lot, really. Just working a boring office job and reminiscing about Hypnospace in my off time. Can't wait to see what we're able to dig up.
It's better.
Okay. I might deputize you to do
Yep.
some reading with my I am still recovering from that goddamn cough. Okay. Artie Dispensa. Excited to be back in Hypnospace. Thank you all for your hard work. Introduction. Time flow. Flow time. Steaming. Gone. Hypnospace? Did we really use it? Or did it use us? Embarrassment is shame. Humiliation is hurt. Embarrassment is not me, not us.
I don't remember engaging with Artie Dispenza too much pre-crash.
No, I don't either. What are you up to now? Lover? Designer? Giver? Breeder of hope? Agent of peace? Wonder-filled spirit is me. This is like a dating profile, and I would swipe left.
Oh no, Shel
right.
Silverstein is trying to bang me.
I don't. First of all, I don't think Shel Silverstein. I think he has more game than he had more game than that. I mean, famously. 2000 mine crash. Looking back. Wait, did I saw this? I saw this.
Yes, we read this. So if you want to just refamiliarize yourself there with that, the very bottom
Right.
bit.
The
So these are the
victim.
6 people whose brains were killed by the
Yeah.
Hypnospace headbands when the crash happened.
Okay. What I'm gonna do
Yeah.
is I'm going to take a screenshot of that
Mm.
so I have that information for myself.
Okay. Whatever it is you're doing right now, it's definitely causing some visual disruption on our end.
Sorry. Okay. So how do I get to home? No, this is okay. Now how do I get to the this is the archival project?
Yeah.
So then where do I get to where I actually can get into the okay, hang on. The lost and found page on our internet. Help us track down a few of those things there. Okay, let me go there first then. Back to the lost and found page. Here's where we'll list things we believe may exist only in Hypnospace and would otherwise be lost to time. All you need to do is view the page that these things exist on and be sent to us and archived. Lost Chowderman song. Lost early song demo recordings. Weird Secret Eye Cult. And Roddy's early test pet. But why am I not finding the
I think part of the problem you're having here is that you are very eager not to read text, but you might just have to read the text in that dispatch email.
Go back to the email.
You were looking at these are all from pre-crash.
Okay. Right. Me and a few former Hypnospace citizens from the ragtag group to preserve content from the service's late 1999 period just before the crash. We've been unable to find anyone involved with Merchantsoft outside of Artie, which is a story in itself, and we're pretty certain that the backup servers are long gone. You represent the first major breakthrough we've had. Please check out the Lost and Found page on our intranet and help us track down a few of those things there. I may have an additional task for you if you can help us locate a couple of those things. Enforcer headband units hold an entire gigabyte of internal disk space. Our best guess is the Enforcer units doubled as mini backup servers, which conveniently wasn't told to the unpaid moderators who might have scrapped them for parts. We coded a little program to help us. Okay.
Downloading Hap install.
Yep, I download manager.
Are you sure you didn't want to click on it a couple more times?
Downloading Hap install.
Are you happy?
Hap install.
Do
you like making fun of your girlfriend? Is that what you like doing?
I've never been happy. Come on. All right, here we go. The ability to reach back into the memory of your headband.
It's there. All right, hang on.
Important message received from Hap_Demira.
Are you making a secondary face or?
I want the person to have a friend.
Okay.
Team strategy email. Hello, everyone. Excuse me. First of all, I want to wish a warm welcome to our newest member, Amabel. We couldn't be happier to have you. The Hypnospace Archival Project needs more outside attention if it's going to survive. To put it plainly, we need to attract donors. My own social reach can only go so far. The kids who read my books don't remember forums, let alone Hypnospace. I've been reading about how to reach people on a personal level and found that music is actually one of the strongest stimulators of both memory and emotion. To that end, our goal for the time being is to track down a few of the music-related things on our Lost and Found page. Remember, you can switch between multiple days using the Hap tool. Let's harness that nostalgia. Okay. Oh, okay. This is all right. Hover over. Okay. Okay. So hang on. We are looking for. Let me switch. Right. Okay. Hang on. Chowderman song. Lost early song demo recordings from Kev J. Roddy's early test pet. Early in November. Okay, so I'll start there because that gives me a date to look at.
Well, if you're looking for Chip, the Chowderman song,
Yeah.
you know, did you read what it?
Wrote about his helicopter accident. Okay. So Chowderman song text. All right. Just after the accident. So timeline wise, the accident was during the second.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly when it was. So okay, you can, like it says here, hover over an archived page for details. So any page that is not yellow or blue is a page that you did not personally visit. The rest of these are things you saw. And you can kind of get a sense of like where the unlisted or where the stuff you haven't seen is, because it looks like things are grouped by zone.
Yeah, so actually there's quite a few things I just never engaged with. Cause
Yeah, there's actually a lot
I'm not.
of, yeah.
Well, we didn't want to be doing this for. I don't remember Dr. Pizza.
Well, you probably would if you click through. There's a very particular song playing on that page. Yeah, you remember now? This is Explorer.
Okay. I like how
Did that did that come back to you?
yeah, immediately. Okay, so this is the cool punk stuff.
Oh, right. The CP shaman. I remember feeling very uncomfortable about that name.
Okay.
So, Christmas Pain in Christmas Town is described as a classic song, so it's definitely not written
that
about the
one.
accident.
Right.
Have we was it an unreleased song? Have we been on Chatterman's list?
Oh yeah, I could. How do I do that again?
You have to search for F
Right.
and then
Hang on,
the
I need 00088D. 8. Wait.
8D.
Okay. Well, I forgot.
I mean, this seems like
Downloading one Elegedman 2.
okay. Apparently, we
No.
had heard this. So you had it. You had it downloaded already.
All right. So how do I Let me go back to my email. It tells me how to archive
Important
this.
message received from hap_RD.
I think you
Okay.
just loading this has. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Wow, so the rumors are true. Eric and I didn't have compatible auras, but I can't deny his talent and sheer lyrical brilliance. I'm sure One-Legged Man would have been a hit.
What is that link? Oh, that link is. That link is just to the is HSP
The
the
text format,
file
yeah.
format for the Okay.
Yeah. Sweetheart, can you do us the honors?
Absolutely not. No, I will not be
Sweetie.
reading. I will not be reading I will not be performing a spoken word version of the Chowderman's unreleased hit One-Legged Man. That's not
But
happening.
it's in waltz time.
Exactly. And listen, I would not. You know what? You know what that guy was like? I would not have been welcome in Waltz time.
No, me neither. Okay. Oh, no, that's not what I want. Okay. So I found that one.
Yep.
And there's a thing on Roddy's page. Early November. Okay, hang on.
So when we're clicked into a version of when we're clicked into a capture date here, does the Hypnospace browser allow you to just see
Hey,
things as
let
they
me-
were then? Like if
Let's see.
you actually like click around in here.
Yeah, okay. Good Time Valley is where Roddy was, right?
Yeah. Maybe. No. Roddy, the designer. Roddy, what was his name? Roddy Wall? Roddy, what's refresh me here?
If I search for Roddy, will it bring it up?
Ringleader Roddy.
Either
Here we go.
Roddy.
Roddy Wall, yeah. Okay.
Okay, and then we're looking for an eyeball.
Well, I mean, I see one.
Yeah, but we're looking for a different. Hang on. Wait, no, that will. All right, so if I go. No. How do I do this?
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to remember what exactly I'm looking for. It's some kind of eyeball thing, but it's. I don't remember the text. Project Diary.
Hold on here. Is that not?
Is not what?
There's all this stuff about virtual pets here.
Oh, okay. It was for virtual pet. Okay, I was trying to remember what it was. That's why I was. Thank you for reminding me. We've launched Hypnos Virtual Pets. There are 3 so far. More coming soon. A Squishers cat character, a pink squid, a flying hamster. Virtual Pet sandwich update. I know that some of you were hoping the Hypnos would official support sandwich encryption since I was hired here. But unfortunately, we can't legally do that. I tried. In the news, I started working on a little virtual pet game. One of Dylan's many pet projects, as he says. He. It is pretty fun. Hey, I got permission to make a diary of what I'm working on at Merchantsoft. I'm mostly collaborating with Dylan on the fun stuff. They got a few interns to handle the boring bug squashing. Thank God. Be with the Lord. Right now, I'm working on some moderation tools for the new Hypnospace Patrol Department. We're going to let our fellow Hypnospace citizens police themselves instead of having us do it. We all think it's a pretty good idea. Plus, it saves money. And yes, I'm trying to get Sandwich working in Hypnos. I have a feeling Adrian isn't going to want to do it since it already has a reputation as a piracy tool. But we'll see. Okay. Well, virtual pet and pets are here. Let's see if. Oh, that's. Look at them! Damn. That's pretty good. Pets.
Well, I mean,
Oh, maybe it'll be on this list.
yeah, maybe. Were people
0,
using
0,
Flist at this?
21D. I'm not.
Didn't you jump back like way back to the beginning?
That's true. Well, let me see.
Yeah, go ahead and try it. My impression was that it was something that sort of arose later. Well,
Downloading testbit.
testbit. Maybe download that testbit.
Important message received from MS_Samantha.
My name is Samantha, but you know me as Chelsea. Here, wait a few seconds. I'll show you.
You've got
Okay.
no mail.
Well, that's cryptic.
See, switching back over to Samantha, kind of something very important to tell you. Please wait for me. In the meantime, two more archiving or something of a lot to say. Okay, I did find it. Yes. It's at the bottom of the list here. I could embrace you. This brings back fond memories. Sometimes I'd pet it for long stretches of time, counting each heart that materialized around it. I think I'll do that now.
Yeah, but please look
all
at
right,
this.
buddy.
Yep, it's
Oh.
it's that adorable little comic character. Oh, wow. It opening its eyeball to eat is really something. So, okay, why is Samantha pretending to be... Huh.
Could you read this, sweetheart?
Sure.
My voice is getting a little...
Once upon a time, I was an overworked employee at MerchantSoft. You can still see my picture on the team page. While we scrambled to put together the HypnoS Year 2000 update, Dylan Merchant worked on whatever he pleased. First, some weird big game project. I also caught him hanging around in some hacker group. A few hours before we went live with the update, a giant software package was uploaded from somewhere else in the building while everyone was gearing up for the MerchantSoft New Year's party. I believe this was a software patch added to the Year 2000 update by Dylan, inserting last-minute changes that ultimately caused the Y2K mind crash. I believe Dylan Merchant is responsible for the resulting deaths. I believe Dylan Merchant knowingly allowed Tim, a fellow team member, you know him as Timigeddon, to be framed for this disaster and spend 6 years of his young life in prison, and I need your help to prove it. Details incoming.
I've been waiting for this. I think we were pretty clear at the end of the previous episode that
Yeah.
We knew. Yeah.
You knew. It was not clear if anybody else knew.
Yeah.
So I need you to find and access files that prove MerchantSoft knew the Year 2000 update wasn't ready, or Hypnospace knew that their technology could have harmful effects on its users. I do remember Dylan having an anxiety attack over a security breach right before Y2K, so maybe look underground? Attached to this email is an installer that will add a Submit to SAM button to your HSPD enforcement toolbar. Using the SAM hammer, we'll send whatever you select directly to me without alerting the rest of the HAP team. Now, if you find this information, do you have any idea what will happen? We could see justice done, all without telling a single other soul. So, are you ready, partner? Let's do this.
Downloading Sam Hammer 1.
Like, why would you not dual wield the Sam Hammers, right?
Exactly.
Okay. I think your eyeball
right.
friend just pooped.
Okay. Hang on. Where? Yep.
Important message received from half_Artie.
No. 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 It's not. No. It's
Watermelon.
not. No.
I get it, buddy. I too love. Oh wait, no, he was just going for your hand. I think he wants pets. Hold the button. Yeah. See, he just wanted to scritch directly on his eyeball.
Ooh, I cannot overstate how proud I am to introduce my good friend and former full-time employer, Tabla role, please. Dylan Merchant is joining our team. If any of you come across something that seems like it came from inside Merchant Soft, please contact me before going to the rest of the group. I can verify stuff, provide context. I've been open book with a lot of stuff to offer here. Excited to join this passionate team. Make sure the full legacy Hypnospace is preserved properly. Sent from my D phone.
To give you an idea of exactly where he has ended up.
Yeah. Okay.
See, how do you feel about this little twist?
The twist that he's on the thing. I mean, that's.
Well, no, this sort of like 11th hour turn from this game where you're sort of like exploring this weird internet into this like kind of murder mystery game almost.
I like this. I like that I'm not a cop anymore.
Cat of Nine Tails says in the chat, so we're gonna get his ass, right? Amabel?
Yeah.
You gonna get his ass?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so hang on. We have 3 emails, like a chain here, where Chelsea asked, I'm excited we have another new member like everyone else, but I realize Artie did this somewhat independently. Can we just bring folks into the core team anytime we want going forward? And Tamara says, you don't have to worry about my authority being leapfrogged. Artie cleared it with me before bringing Dylan on board. Actually, my speaking to Dylan about Amabel joining and our new potential to access the Microsoft intranet seemed to play a major part in his coming aboard.
I bet it did.
If there's any issue at all with anything, say a new recruit, please let me know. Direct messages, smoke signals, anyone is free to talk to me through whatever they're comfortable with at any time. It's my job to ensure everyone here is safe and comfortable, not just funded. Oh, no, nothing like that. Just checking how things are supposed to work for people like that internally and going forward. Yeah, okay. So we want...
So...
to get into...
anything that suggests that Merchant Soft knew that the year 2000 update wasn't ready, or anything that suggests that Hypnospace knew their technology could be harmful to people.
Okay.
It turns out Beef Brain was real, Amabel. Yeah, we did not get to look around in 1999 very long before the Y2K update hit us, and so hold on, you just closed that, but do you understand what that is?
No, it was a pop-up, so I closed it.
You see the new thing, right?
All right, hang on. I don't see the news.
The lower right.
Okay.
So this...
Let me jump around in the time right on the page. Okay.
Yeah, on the page you're looking at now.
All right. All right.
So potentially useful, and you can access at any time through that button. Which is to say you don't need to leave it open.
Dylan Merchant.
Fake Alex Blue asks, but how does Tim end up taking the fall for someone on someone else's behalf for 6 years and emerge sort of hand-wringing and penitent sounding? Well, he was, he was in over his head just kind of like doing script kiddie stuff. He did create a virus that intended to crash, with which he intended to crash Hypnospace, and presumably he didn't know that we turned it off.
Yeah.
That happened right before the crash, and I assumed Dylan manipulated testimony in court, and like Tim was young. Tim was young and foolish, and was able to be convinced of things by Dylan, who knew everything and had all the important information and was able to keep things from the court, I'm sure.
Okay. Well, this is just Dylan's list page. It's
Yeah,
just
Dylan's
music.
list, which we knew he was posting music here in violation of Hypnospace law, and when you flagged him, he got very pissy about it.
Yeah.
Also, what a fucking mature grown-up gentleman he is. Look at his Flist ID.
Yeah. I did see it was. But those are the boob numbers.
Yeah,
Those are the
Tim.
boob numbers.
Yeah, to be clear, Tim genuinely believes that it was his fault. Dylan or whoever was able to convince him that he did the damage. Tim is carrying all that shit on his conscience and thinking about it every day, and
That's the same. Okay. So wait, what is the 00004D? So let me see if there's a list for the Merchantsoft account.
it's hard to imagine.
Oh, but
You typed S.
S. Okay, what was the name of the other that was Roddy? Yeah, and Roddy's is 00021D. Let me if there's anything here.
What are you looking for?
So I'm looking for any kind of internal documentate.
Yeah, it's tricky because we don't have access to any like chit chat logs or anything, right? Unless they were archived
Yeah.
onto a Hypnospace page, like Tiff did.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
So
gonna be tricky for us to find communications. Like you're looking for like emails between them, right? But that's not. I don't think that's the kind of evidence we're going to be able to find.
Because Dylan's concerned about me having access to the intranet, and I don't.
Well,
Do I have access to the intranet?
What? No, Dylan's concerned about you having. Dylan's concerned because you have an actual backup of the data.
Okay.
There was no evidence of the stuff that he lied about until they found you with your enforcer headband and your actual backups of all the data that was on the network.
Right. Well, see, it was just as part of it said our new potential to access to Microsoft intranet seemed like a flag to me. Because an intranet is like different than an internet, right?
Mm-hmm.
How is it different?
Intra meaning within, inter, you know. The
Yeah.
intranet is that little um, network that they've set up for the modern day capture.
Okay.
And then you have a backup of everything that was on the whole network on your headset because the
Right.
Enforcer headsets had the memory.
Right. Okay. So let's see.
So fake Alex Blue, the thing that the Mind Crash virus um wasn't actually going to hurt anybody, right? It was just gonna make people's pages inaccessible until Tiff typed in the password, basically forcing Tiff to acknowledge him. Um, the Dylan must have convinced him that he had written it wrong and sort of in a way that could inadvertently cause the harm, but the Timogeddon protocol was not actually going to hurt anybody. It was just going to be really annoying. So he is totally guilty of that. He is guilty of being like an annoying script kiddie hacker asshole. But he would never have hurt anybody.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Or at least, I guess he would never have hurt anybody is a strong thing to say. But he wouldn't have hurt anybody with his Tim Crash virus thing. Yes, a nerd, not just a nerdy 13-year-old boy. Cat Nine Tails says so. He's guilty of once having been a nerdy 13-year-old boy, and I would like to clarify, a nerdy 13-year-old boy who was trying to impress a girl. It's grim. It's grim shit. So you're seeming a little bit unsure how to proceed here.
I am. Yeah, I feel a little stuck.
Yeah. So we need. She said underground.
Yeah, which for me that immediately thought about Flist, but I did
Right,
not
and I think that's a reasonable instinct. But we got to figure out like what was Dylan doing? What was Dylan doing with? So she said she remembers Dylan associating with this hacker group, right?
Okay.
And Tim was trying to impress some hacker group. Amabel, you can't just search hacker.
Okay.
But so if we can find Dylan associating with, like, can we just kind of follow Dylan's sort of fingers out in all directions here?
Okay. So there was his home page and his music page.
Have you read that Observer article?
I haven't. Why are there no Hypnos games? It's been over a year since launch. Where are they? Update, December 29th, 1999. I played a small early preview copy of Merchantsoft's new big game. I'll hold my opinion other than to say I have no idea how something in this state is going to be ready for release in 2 days.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
I'm
it certainly didn't seem ready when we saw it.
Yeah. I'm aware of drug runners in Teentopia. Why is an anti-drug game called Drug Runners? People who smuggle drugs are called drug runners. I'm truly baffled. It's a decent little game, but it's a mere trifle compared to Cyberworld's games. Cyberworld's, there should be an S there. That's incorrect. Always form the possessive with an apostrophe S, unless it is. I guess it's Cyberworld.
He was gonna perform.
Plural.
Yeah. Cyber worlds is a plural. It's more
Okay.
than one cyber
Well,
world.
then they get a pass.
The possessive there would have been formed with the apostrophe Z because it's rad.
We know that the Hypnospace headband packs a surprising amount of power for a $500 computer that literally projects images into your sleeping mind. We know that at least a few of the guys who run Merchantsoft are avid gamers. We know that Merchantsoft love money, as evidenced by their pandering to the lowest common denominator in their marketing and advertising. We know that games make a lot of money. So
You
where
know,
are the games?
you said that lowest common denominator thing, kind of SpongeBob voice, like like you're making fun of him, but he's not wrong.
To be fair, this isn't only Merchantsoft's problem. Cyberworld's Hypnospace's fierce sleep time competitor is also bereft of games. I can't be alone in thinking that the first sleep time service to capitalize on the hungry horde of gamers is going to completely wipe out the competition. I will give a small amount of credit to Hypnospace for their virtual pets, but those things seem more toy line. I'm talking a full game experience here. So I guess that's it. Dylan, Adrian, where are the games? Update, wow, Dylan Merchant sent me this over chit chat. I've been saying this for years. Unfortunately, it isn't always easy to get the ball rolling on things like this. That said, I can't spill the beans, but do look forward to the Hypnos Year 2000 update. I think you'll be pleased. Okay.
You think?
I mean, it's not enough, but
I don't think it's
I wanted-
evidence. I think it's
yeah.
it's not the kind of thing she's looking for. We need something that says that Dylan did something the rest of the team didn't know about or wouldn't have accepted, or something that says that somebody at Hypnospace knew that the software knew that the headbands could harm people.
No, okay. Didn't think so, but I thought I'll check. Chosen anointed.
Cat of Nine Tails says, so we need proof of beef brain then. Like a little bit, yeah.
Okay, so this is amazing. Okay, can you?
To a certain extent,
You
I
do it
wonder.
down.
I wonder. Like, is the vibe here supposed to be? What's that game where you're the cherub? Do you remember? The shiny game.
Oh,
The one Tommy Tallarico worked on.
Messiah.
Messiah, was it called? That's okay. Anyway, chosen anointed. No fear, no limits. Again, pluralizing things with a Z. It's just the cool way to do it. I've always said that if a small developer requests coverage, I'd be willing to help. Double Edge Software did exactly that and sent me a very early alpha version of their new first-person shooter, Chosen Anointed. Okay, so the first part's an acronym. CHOS is an acronym, and then colon, and then EN is a different acronym, and then Anointed. Before I dig in, please note this title is deeply religious. If that bothers you, stay far, far away. It's also quite dated and looks more like a Cataclysm clone from 1995 with heavy use of 2D sprites instead of true 3D models. The conceptually, it kind of makes me think of Messiah. The screenshots look more like Cruelty Squad, which is funny because this game came out considerably before Cruelty Squad. Outside of the fundamentalist religiosity and oldish engine, it's actually a pretty enjoyable, weird game. I've only played a single level, but I'm excited to see where this goes. Here are a few screenshots from the developers. The Sword of the Word, your default melee weapon. You can hold the mouse button for a charge shot, just like with a real Bible. This unsettling fellow is the mascot for an evil atheist children's museum set in a bizarro near-future take on the city the developer lives in, Patriot Hill. That's Chosen features plenty of interesting set pieces. This weapon here shoots tambourines. You can destroy an evolution exhibit with a magic tambourine gun. No, you are not dreaming. Even if you aren't a fan of religion, this thing is so over the top that it borders on satire. The main character, Pastor Chet, spouts constant religious witticisms and catchphrases as you blow demonic forces back to hell. The developer isn't quite sure when the faithful will be able to get their hands on Chosen yet. Apparently, there's some holdup with the church that initially funded the project. All screenshots distributed with permission from Double Edge Software.
Yeah, so what this reminds me of a little bit is, so I actually know quite a bit about Wisdom Tree,
Mm-hmm.
and they certainly had, Super Noah's Ark 3D, which was Wolfenstein.
Yes, yeah.
They did a Wolfenstein.
It is
But
a biblical skin over Wolfenstein.
But the stairs here, this reminds me of kind of like Doom.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a clever, like, I like the way they blend things with this.
Yeah, things are rarely like a direct analog to anything in particular. They're like vibe analogs to groups of things. This is Fox.
Can you do this one as well?
Sure. This is a review of Cataclysm Micro Trooper. Beautiful, flashy, underwhelming chaos. I wanted nothing more than to love Cataclysm Micro Trooper. After losing 8 mind-numbing hours to its story campaign, I'm sad to say, didn't even like it. Killbox can do better. Cataclysm, by the studio behind 1995's orb-slaying masterpiece Eat Lead, was set to be 2000's hottest title. And there's no denying that it sports killer graphics and a cute novel concept. Shooting tiny alien fish invaders in bedrooms, supermarkets, garages, etc. And it should be a blast, but it's simply not fun to play. Watching this clip loop for 8 hours will deliver the same experience as playing Cataclysm yourself. Harsh. For a game based on mowing down tiny fish soldiers, Cataclysm sure does lay on the exposition. It begins with an 8-minute cutscene. Oh, you poor summer child. It begins with an 8-minute cutscene, if you can believe it, in which the camera very, very, very slowly swoops around main character Dale Carnage as he delivers the most mind-numbingly boring exposition ever given in the game. This gun-toting fish enemy wouldn't fight back. Bugs like this are common in Cataclysm. Each of Cataclysm's 8 stages pits you against 3 waves of enemies and a boss. Bosses from earlier stages become regular enemies later on. This could be interesting, but with no noticeable variation in baddie behavior and an unbelievable amount of bugs, it becomes a slog by the stage 2. Items like this explosive fish knife dynamite combo are amusing at first. I mean, it is a cool idea.
Yeah.
The dynamic lighting tech is impressive. Note the highlights on this enemy. The sound and music are competent, though more than 4 total songs would have been appreciated. Dale Carnage's one-liners are funny, but they lose their charm after hearing them 500,000 times each. Cataclysm's graphics are awe-inspiring, and its sole strong point, if your computer is powerful enough to support them. I appreciate Killbox's invitation to the early press event, but I do hope they turn this ship around before Cataclysm Micro Trooper hits store shelves in March of 2000. Were later Wolfenstein... Fake Alex Blue says in chat, were later Wolfenstein titles meant to get you questioning the morality of the protagonist's violence? No, there's definitely some of that happening in the first-person shooter genre, although I would argue that it probably is a thing that doesn't come in until quite a bit later. But the
Did
Wolfenstein
you eat my
games...
watermelon?
The Wolfenstein...
Motherfucker.
He's an eyeball monster. He hungers for eyeballs. The Wolfenstein games in particular have always been 1,000% violence against Nazis is always right, and fucking good on them for it. There has never been a moment of like, oh no, are we becoming the bad guys in Wolfenstein? Because BJ Blazkowicz has a very particular opinion about the thing he is doing. It is divisive, Robin Bettis. That's correct. I have seen BJ Blazkowicz divide Nazis into many tiny little pieces on many occasions. So you're just like crawling the official Hypnospace pages here. Also, these game reviews.
Well, did you poop again? Oh no, that was okay.
That's the sound of the tree growing. Okay.
Leave it. Leave it.
He wants you to scratch
Good
his
night.
eye. Yeah, Cat of Nine Tails. If you enjoyed the New Order, I really recommend the new Colossus. It's very fucking good.
Yeah, I'm really just kind of.
So let's look at the stuff that Dylan's doing. That's a little bit less under the official auspices of the company, right? He's got his music. He uses like a pseudonym, doesn't he?
Oh, does he? DM Noise Pusher.
What about his secret project here?
What is Tech Club?
Well, that's just one of their official web rings, though, right? There's probably not going to be anything clever. Can you go to the more modern? Let's do this on the most proximal version of the thing. Okay. Hazopedia is a small project I'm working on with a few fellow music snobs. It's a friendly alternative to Slushmouth's Guide. Was that what we read? Did we read?
I don't remember this.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think we read Slushmouth's Guide.
Yeah.
If I don't reply, it's because I'm spending 18 hours a day finishing this game. It will rule. Are you seeing his status?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was DM Noise Pusher the only alias he was going by? If you, I hate to do this, but if you pop back into his Flist real quick.
Yeah.
Andra pops in to say, I don't have time for the stream today, but wanted to drop in to say the current Total War Warhammer videos in the 4X school are really great. Thank you very much, Andra. That's very kind of you to say.
DM Noise Pusher.
Yeah, I guess DM Noise Pusher is the only alias. I thought I remembered something else, but
I mean, there was another.
What? There was another what?
No, that was Roddy. Roddy was the other guy.
Yeah, I mean, Roddy might know stuff. Roddy was on the team, right?
Yeah. Roddy's homepage.
Okay, no, he's no longer. Well, okay, I'm no longer with Merchant Soft. I must finish what I started, though, so I will be here on New Year's to make sure the secret project goes smoothly. Merchant Soft are ambitious, and I admire that. Chit-chat me, because that is going to be one long night. Okay, so he knows something's up.
Yeah.
I support my employers, but I've joined the freelance. Interesting. Yeah. What's in his project diary? Okay, I'm not sure if I'll be staying around.
Okay.
Why are you so eager to not be able to see the present? I'm not sure if I'll be staying around Hypnospace now that my ties to Merchant Soft are strained. It's really my fault I chose this, but I do owe it to you guys and Dylan to finish what I helped start. So log on January 1st, 2000 for Dylan and my new HypnoS game. Okay, so he describes it as a totally shared project. It's his and Dylan's game. Dylan only talks about it as Dylan's thing.
Right, yeah. Now we've been on Roddy's
So he moved a bunch of his stuff out, right? There's a note
Yeah.
about that somewhere. Where? Nope, don't. Amabel, just stay
Nope.
just stay here for a second.
Okay.
But just go back to like his. Just let's look around here.
Okay.
So it looks like he hadn't really updated his page about it yet. He does still also describe it as his current workplace.
Yeah.
What about his Taurus fan page? That's what he had to move, wasn't it?
Well, here's the fan page. Yeah. We've read all this.
Yeah, this stuff is still here. Okay. Fan art? How to draw a classic Taurus. 1, draw horns. 2, draw the rest of the Taurus. Okay, I thought I remembered there was a note from him saying that he was going to move stuff. Maybe you would think if he moved it. Okay.
Support my friends.
So I have joined the Freelands.
The ball ring is all.
Yeah, okay, Bullring moved. Let's move to the SAI Freelands. While I still love the Merchant Brothers and believe in Merchantsoft as a company, I feel it is only right to stand with my friends in these trying times. SAI. So this note is already in Starport Castle Dream Station, which is the place that a bunch of people's pages got moved to against their will, right?
Yeah.
Oh my. What are you doing? Yeah. I was gonna say, where are we going? Welcome to the SAI Freelance. Click on the arrows to navigate. Hold on, there's another sign.
Whiskers growing at the speed light. Put the trimmer into overdrive. Thoughts are running through my mind.
You don't care that he's ready to shave?
I do not.
Okay. The SAI Freelance. Do we know SAI?
The ball ring.
Do you have what it takes to complete the accelerator trial and wield the almighty power of acceleration? First, you must find the secret path. Also, is that a movie
Wait.
file?
Downloading Axtrial 1.
A secret stash is hidden. In the Freelands, you shall unlock it. 2 east of Roddy's bull ring, that's me. 1 north of Casper's rocket. Only one path leads to this place. Look closely at the borders. Once you find it, come back here. In this trial, you will rock it.
Wait. Hold on. What was the rhyme scheme of that? So, okay. Look closely at the borders. 2 east of the bull
Bull
ring.
ring.
2 east of the bull ring, 1 north of the rocket. He rhymed rocket with rocket. But also, was it the... Okay. Never mind. It,
2 east of the bull ring. Okay.
yeah. Keep an eye on the borders. Look closely at the borders. Maybe he means a bookstore. Okay, what's this?
Okay, well, hang on.
Scaries. Wasn't this what Tiff was calling her scary stories? Oh yeah. I'm cooking up a few new scaries for you all, making a big one with Dark Twilight Tiff. You gotta start reading the statuses. You know what your problem is? You never read the statuses. I think because you're reflexively avoiding a thing that's placed and shaped the same way ads are on like real internet pages.
This is probably right. Yeah. Clam surprise. Oh no. Oh no, my hat is bleeding.
This is a sick custom cursor. Holy shit! Whale of a crime. Look at that whale.
The whale's pretty good, but I think this seashell is like the winner.
You mean this sea's hell? So, if you have made it here alive and you enjoy the worst of the best of the worst, if you like classic schlock, low-budget movies, gore and guts, wild biker women, the unintentionally funny and the obscure, period. That's a twist. If you want to see the films Mom wouldn't let you see, the films Dad sneaked out to watch, the films Grandpa never took Grandma to, then you might want to try sitting back, grabbing a beer, ordering a pizza or 3, and let me be your guide through Linda's Horror Page. And now the moment you've all been waiting for, Linda's Top 5 Movies. Amabel, could you please be more careful? You're getting blood all over the text.
Number 5.
Number 5, Wax Children 2, The Rebirth. While Wax Children 1 was original for its day, it can never live up to Bjorn Pikarski's masterful cinematography and Milton Gale's horrifying performance as Damon, the villainous groundskeeper at Windsor Gardens. Number 4, Harold for Dinner. Who says a genuinely horrifying film can't be a genuinely hilarious one? Harold for Dinner is such a breath of fresh air in the horror genre, and it's disgusting to boot.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
I would watch Harold for Dinner.
It's disguised.
To be clear.
Because it looks like it's a horror movie, but it's a comedy instead. Okay. Number 3, The Spooky Crayons. The Spooky Crayons is an animated musical children's feature from the 70s, featuring a squad of 5 sentient crayons who teach lessons about Halloween safety through a series of comical mishaps. If anyone has a copy of this, please, please, please contact me. Number 2, Blender. Will it blend? What is up with the fucking font treatment on the title? Why is the B in Blender an upside down 8?
I think it's a backwards B.
But
it does not answer your question.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, but it's maybe it's a backwards B, but it's not a backwards B in the traditional way. It's like it's backwards because it's been rotated 180 degrees rather than horizontally flipped. Very weird. You ever wonder what might happen if a kitchen appliance factory is built over a sacred ancient burial ground? The Blender contains the answer beneath mountains of processed food and gore. Betsy Corker, Bethany Cranston. I mean, okay, we get that.
Amabel.
Hippie? That's what I thought. Betsy Corker, Bethany Cranston, buys a cursed food processor from the mysterious Edward, played by Vince Pikarski, at a moving out yard sale auction thing. I guess rich people do these? Anyway, she brings the thing home, makes a few normal meals with it. A good portion of this movie could pass as a cooking show, before hosting a fancy party where things get, stirred up. Fun fact, the Blender on the cover isn't the Blender. Did cover artists ever watch the movies? And of course, the top one, Nightclub. Nobody's surprised to see this here. If you haven't seen Nightclub, go see Nightclub. It is the pinnacle of horror filmmaking. Not only is it horrifying and gory, but ethereal and strangely beautiful. This movie changes people. I saw it on my first real date back in senior year of high school, and I haven't been the same since. And then it closes, ciao, loves.
All right, she's rad. I like her.
She seems
All
all
right.
right. She seems all right. R.I.P. to a bunch of pages. Hold on now.
What?
Sci-fi Starport. So these are the zones, right?
That used to
The
be okay.
that everything got shunted into Starport Castle Dream Station from. What's that sign in the middle say? Is what I was actually gonna. Zone Graveyard commemorating the zones lost to the Great Massacre of 1999. Always remember where you came from. You gotta read the signs, baby.
Okay, so hang on. We
Oh, where are you going?
want to go to east
Yeah.
of the bull ring.
Yeah, we were headed there.
All right, so we are 1 east at the moment. There's okay.
Read the signs.
Back to the non-secret freelance.
Do not pass unless you are worthy of acceleration. Click to open the stash of the acceleration only if worthy. I think we're gonna need the accelerator to activate the thing. Amabel.
Oh, do I not have that?
I don't know. The Court of Phaedrala. Would you click? What are you doing?
I'm gonna go back to the poem. Wait, I can just get the poem from the. Oh. Okay, yeah, no, I didn't get the.
You absolutely did not click on the Phaedra.
All right, hang on.
It's like, I love to leave a weird unexplored thing in a corner where we're never going to come back to it again. The Sovereign Alliance of Imagination is what SAI stands for.
Okay.
Marjorie Paulson. I don't think we know that name. The Court of
Dragon Breeder.
The Court of Phaedrala. Master of Potions. Lady of Wisdom. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember shit like this. It's like Adopt a Dragon service. You would have somebody on your web ring who was like good at making pictures of fantasy creatures.
I
And
don't.
Like,
Yeah,
you
I
would like
don't
commission
have
them,
any.
and everybody would have a cool dragon. Sacred Garden games are no longer officially on Hypnospace, but check out my tribute site, Sacred Garden Games. Yes, it's true, I raise dragons. From the La Grande Gallen Plains to the Wood of Darkness, I have traveled these lands looking for dragons in need of care. Whether wounded, old, or just poor, Phaedrala turns no dragon away. What potions are for... Where are you going? Amabel, would you please... Could you... Amabel?
What?
As a
Go on.
person with severe to very severe ADHD, can I tell you, your inability to focus on anything for 3 seconds is really freaking me out right now. Can we finish interacting with this?
Okay. Okay.
There's potions and drag. Click on the things.
All right.
Welcome to
Goobberry.
Phaedrala's Apothecary. This is where you can find my potions, elixirs, and magic formulas for anything that ails you. Do enjoy my wares. Goobberry Delight is Phaedrala's most famous family recipe, passed down from her witch grandmom. Effects extra magic mana. What do we think that means?
Energy.
Also, it makes you smell good. Like, is your mana extra magic, or does it give you extra magic mana? You have some magic mana before, but now you'll have more. And is that different from normal mana? Water plus magic. Effects, health, energy, detoxification of your body. Animals like you more and lick you. Well, I mean, who among us, right?
Yeah.
Water is the most famous drink for good reason. It's good for you and is in all rivers. Green dragon milk pumped from the breast of a nursing green dragon mother. Always fresh. Effects, make strong babies if pregnant. Vitamins and minerals like spinach. Good for Luke Skywalkers. Nothing hits for Luke Skywalker like milk that's a color. Fairy milk, pumped from the breast of a nursing fairy, totally ethical. Phaedrella always pays a handsome sum. Effects: flying, jumping high, better singing, sparkling skin. Would you drink breast milk for sparkling skin? Vampire blood is sometimes called vampire milk because this special liquid is pumped from nursing vampires. Hold on just a goddamn second. I have a lot of questions.
This is someone's fetish, is what this is. We found someone's fetish page.
You are not the only person coming to that conclusion. Goopberry Delight, big size. Phaedrella's grandma's favorite elixir recipe, but like a lot of it, you know. Stone beer. It tastes like rocks, but it makes you strong like rocks too. Effects: big muscles. Don't drink too much, or your muscles will grow and grow until they explode. I'm so happy that we're here. What about the dragon?
All right.
Welcome to the dragon adoption page. Adopting one of my dragons is as simple as downloading the .him image and displaying it on your own page. So we have Greatalis, a green normal dragon, 682 years old. He likes eating big eggs and flying and adventures and giving rides and flirting. I think you're right. There's some fetish stuff going on here. Snugalioth, a blue ice dragon who likes freezing people and staying in her cave. Yo, I find this very comprehensible. Maraginius, a purple magic dragon, likes playing tricks, making loud sounds, eating big mushrooms, goofing off. Okay, I also identify with this one.
Oh, this one's a baby.
And Drathian, red evil dragon, who's only 62 years old, and that is why so baby. Of course, Drathian, as an evil dragon, loves scaring people, living in volcanoes, stealing, grinning, and evil laughing. Is Drathian Zane?
Maybe.
Is Drathian the Zane Rocks 14 of dragons?
Possibly. Okay, I'm going to go back to the poem. I'm trying to figure out.
Stash is hidden in the freeland. You shall unlock it. 2 east of Roddy's bull ring. That's me. 1 north of Casper's rocket. Only one path leads to this place. Look closely at the borders. Once you find it, come back here. In this trial, you will rock it.
Okay, you just need an accelerator. You need the accelerator. So that you can... We found the stash, but you couldn't interact with the stash, so you didn't have the accelerator.
Wait, there was an accelerator, right?
Yeah.
Did I download that? I did not.
It doesn't look like it.
Okay.
I mean, it looked like malware. So it was in somebody's. It was in Roddy's Flist, wasn't it?
Oh, could be. And he is.
If you go back to home, it's got that. Oh yeah, you could do it this way too. I was gonna say there's that master directory of all the Flist pages you've seen. Yeah, the dragon images are download links. You could click on the dragon to download it, and then. Wait, maybe was it not? Here, check. Yeah.
Downloading accelerator.
Accelerator. In this time period, you got it removed from his page because it's not allowed to be here. It's a good thing we can travel back in time to before you were a cop. Or at least before you were a thorough cop. There you go. 3 copies. That'll keep it safe. Check the. Did you click on the accelerate? Like, do we even know? Accelerate up to 2xx speed. Yeah, enable. Yeah, fucking, woo, yeah.
The father of the Freelands, his cybercogian name. The mother of the Freelands, what she shoots in her game. The amount of zones that Merchantsoft sent to an early grave. Now return to the Freelands, south of the Colosseum, and input this code you figured out for your final test. I really hope to see ya.
Okay.
So
The
we need.
father of the Freelands, his cybercogian name. The mother of the Freelands, what she shoots in her game.
So the cybercogian name of the father of the Freelands, plus what the mother of the Freelands shoots in her game, and then also the number. It ends with the number 5.
Okay. Well, who's the mother of the?
Is it? Yeah, who started it? Because I guess so we gotta like, figure, and it'll be somebody who plays some kind of game. Phaedrala,
Right.
the Phaedrala lady didn't mention anything like that.
Cybercog Rebirth.
Amabel,
Yeah.
I'm getting sort of a clue feeling here.
Yeah.
The Techno Shamanatrix. All right, Cybercog Cogulus Collectio, happening December 10th to 12th at the Appleton Convention Center. Be there. You know what we said, like, sometimes there's a lot of stuff in here where it's like, it's cool that the things are not direct analogs to anything. There's sort of like vibe analogs to a collection of things. This feels more specific. You are an ordinary person, a nothing, a nobody. Deep inside you, something calls for release from the meaninglessness. From the meaningless, from the routine of everyday life. You crave the decaveratange of the techno-shamanatrix. Black lightning cracks the sky like a rusty dagger, stabbing the egg yolk heart of a dying machine god. The faint sound of cogs turning comes through the broken window. Sweet smell of hot oil following the appearance of a figure in the living room of your home with a second mortgage. The figure is wearing an ankle-length black trench coat, dark sunglasses with code floating in their reflection, a pipe holster, and a top hat covered in clanking, clicking machinery. It is the Techno-Shamanatrix, master of Cybercog.
What are you doing in my house?
This. I have come to save you, Gary, says the Techno-Shamanatrix with a voice like a creaking engine. I will touch your mechanical mind with the enlightenment of the Plexidecadocagon. But before I can, you must know something. He finishes with a whisper. What? You scream. This path requires sacrifice. The Techno-Shamanatrix roars. There's a lot of volume variations in this conversation.
Yeah, I'm out.
Well, you can't handle it. The Techno-Shamanatrix shakes his head in disappointment. You return to the so-called real life, a shell of a man. Unremarkable, just like all the others. Unremarkable. You rejected. You didn't. Amabel, you can't just hit back. There's a try again button. Let's begin then, Gary. The Techno-Shamanatrix yells officiously. First, you must give me your kids. What? You say under your breath, but loud enough for him to hear. My kids? Why? The time you spend pursuing their interests will drag you from the holy path of the Cybercog, the Techno-Shamanatrix replies. Say no, don't pick this.
Yeah, take my kids. Whatever.
He found that too many people were like, no, I'm not giving up my kids. And so he had to add a don't pick this. Sweaty days attending soccer games and cringing at adolescent talent competitions melt from your life like scales from the eyes of a person with blepharitis. Give me your job, the master of Cybercog says. That's the Technoshaminatrix, if that wasn't clear. There is only one option there. Board meetings are suddenly a thing of the past.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
That's not the word it says.
Board. What? Amabel, do you want us to finish this today?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me your so-called home. The Technoshaminatrix hisses with intensity, his soot-covered snuff boots glowing in the moonlight. But how can I do that, you might say? The only home you require is the companionship of your Cybercog companions. The Technoshaminatrix informs you, truth ringing in his voice. Truth ringing in his voice. Convention halls and sofas will provide for every shelter need you may have. Yeah, no problem. Sure thing.
Suddenly does sound like a medicine. Like
It does, yeah, it absolutely does. It's like the medicine you take to stop traveling in time. Ignoring mortgage payments is easy. When the bank calls, don't pick up. Hiding from collection agents is trickier, but if you PM me, I can give you some advice for that. Gary, I know this will be hard for you. The Technoshaminatrix begins to intone. His cog-covered hat grinds out a condolence.
Puck was a mistake.
I'm sorry. I love the idea that his hat is sorry. Give me your marriage, he finally says.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, it won't be hard at all. Hello, and thank you for entering the Cybercog. It might surprise you, but this story is actually somewhat autobiographically based. I'm Gary. I'm not saying I'm the character, but I'm literally Gary. My name is Gary in real life. Hi. The Cybercog community is big, welcoming, and growing. If you too wish to follow the crank-lined path and find increased meaning in a digital world, here's my page with links to other Cybercogian pages as well as Cyberco-gathering events where you'll find our members in the new millennium. I can't wait to see you there. So, when he says a story is somewhat autobiographically based, he's telling a story where he lost his wife and kids and...
Yeah.
Okay. Proud to present a brand new Cybercog event right in Appleton, Wisconsin. Keynote speaker Gil Sanders. Other Cybercogian pages, Gil and Sarah Sanders, The Wizard, Eagle, and Odd But Cool Duck. Former Hypnospace Cybercoggers, Raised Piston, Arcane Abacus, Encrypticus, and Hacksack 909. Oh my. Gil and Sarah Sanders. Okay. Oh boy. This is an anti-sacred garden home. We do not support the touchy-feely, wimpy direction their company is headed. We are the founders of the Sovereign Alliance of Imagination. If you want to join a welcoming group who enjoy fantasy, sci-fi, and gaming, please contact us. We're always accepting new people. Merchantsoft can keep trying to destroy us if they want, but we'll always rise again. Okay.
Right, so I'm gonna find Gil's.
Yeah. Note for all you smart Alex out there. The page is Gil S as in Sanders, my last name, creates. Gil S creates. It is not Gil secretes. Thank you. The SAI freelance are online. If you're a part of the community and your page is loading slowly, go take Roddy's test to get Accelerator. He's risking his neck by putting that out there. We went and got him in trouble. Gil's tunes, he writes music. These are his original compositions. They work very well as background music for Cybercog, fantasy, or sci-fi interactive theater sessions. Can you imagine who would do interactive theater? What a bunch of nerds. The Sanderverse is my original QOSM interactive theater campaign set in a world I created that combines science fiction, fantasy, and Cybercog, which is neither of those things, in unexpected ways. And then he's got a whole page for analysis of the Ready to Shave song that you keep refusing to listen to. Chowderman's got a very impressive 8-pack, maybe even a 10-pack. We don't know how high-waisted those jeans are.
How long is it? That's not much. Okay, we'll come back to this maybe. All right, so
So
if we're
his
looking for the king,
Cybercogian name is it just
Yeah.
Gil?
I think so.
It feels like he should have a character name, doesn't it? Can you check the Sanderverse?
Yeah.
Maybe he has a character name or something. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Signal.
Please scroll up. Let me actually read all this, but also you just take a second if you're getting bored. Just take a second to drink in the art of Sarania.
Oh no.
Sarania is a character me and my wife Sarah made up based on many of Sarah's real life quirks. Sarania is a master archer and can use telepathy to communicate with almost any being in the Sanderverse. This drawing is my own artistic interpretation of Sarania. Click the link below to see my wife's drawing that she uses in game. Yeah, let's see how different
Okay.
those are.
It's a little.
It's kind of what I thought. Though she's an excellent archer, she only attacks when absolutely necessary. She feels a strong sense of compassion and empathy for others due to her telepathic abilities. So understanding her enemies and employing diplomacy is always how she tries to resolve things. She's a Cyrix. So it's what she shoots in the game? Like arrows?
This is a game that's arrows. Yeah. So that'd be
Signal arrows 5?
Well, let me try.
Signal was once a rock star, based a little on the Chowder Man. He's very charismatic and is always getting into trouble with Sarania for being irresistible to women. He must always wear sunglasses because his unshielded gaze is too powerful. And Ginsby is a Cybernome character played by our friend Stooge. His character's always trying to cause mischief and crack jokes, which is honestly a little annoying and interrupts the game. I'll scan in artwork when I get around to it. I represented all the important people. Yo, hold up.
Okay,
Let's read about these villains. Can we please read about these villains? First of all, Couch. Couches look like normal sofas and couches, but they actually crave flesh. They're common in the Sanderverse since most of the world consists of old high-rises and dusty abandoned apartments connected to one another by metal walkways. Mammogroth. The Mammogroth, once thought of it as an urban myth, is the result of a human attempting to absorb a fabled OZ1X datacog. The Mammogroth lives in the northern vine groves and is highly territorial. The Mammogroth only speaks in grunts, but has been known to communicate telepathy and is believed to be highly intelligent and great at telling if you have breast cancer. And then Villathan is the ruler of the largest post-Earth settlement, the Towers. He wields absolute power and is quick to dispatch of beings who stand in the way of his kingdom's expansion plans. He wields the Scepter of Leafwind, an ancient Cybercogian tool that gives its master control over plant life. All plant life. Alright, so Signal Arrows 5? Are you worthy of acceleration? It's only for members of the Sovereign Alliance. To prove that you're a member of the SAI and gain access to Accelerator, please answer. Wait, but didn't we have to have the Accelerator to get here?
Yeah.
Maybe not? Okay. What is the name of the SAI's special custom-made zone? The Freelance. What did Casper Air Graphics do before he made amazing fantasy sci-fi artwork? Shit. Amabel, we didn't learn enough about these people. Amabel, that was there were two of them that were obviously wrong.
Was that one of them?
Yes. Think about the
Why?
Think about the timing. There really aren't like cool punk bands, right? There's pretty much just like Freezer and it's like I think that 1, 3, and 4. Amabel.
Yeah.
as I was saying out loud, I think 1, 3, and 4 are the ones that are remotely possible. 2 and 5 are extremely obviously wrong answers.
Why is 5 obviously wrong?
Because what would that have to do with anything? What are short, scary stories involving everyday objects called? Hint, they were invented by citizens of the comic shop. Rip the comic shop. Which popular dragon adoptee is an impish prankster and goofball? This dragon was famous in the Dream Castle. Shit. Well, it ain't
Do you
Draithian.
remember? It's not Draithian.
Well, no, it's an adoptee. It's not one of the ones that was still up for adoption. So it's not Draithian, and it's not Snuggleoth. It's not
Not
Greydalis.
We know Greydalis.
Yeah, Greydalis was on there.
Mozzarella? No. Okay, so the Freelands,
Cosmic Rock.
Cosmic Rock.
Spooky or
Scary.
Scaries. Mariginius? What are Taurus and Muleta? Aside from the best comic book heroes in the world, well, they're a humanoid bull and a sentient cape. What highly valuable cybercog items grant humans superpowers after they are decrypted in special computer terminals? Damn it, we were literally on the page where this information was. Okay.
Yeah.
Casper is an amazing artist who makes vans and trucks into priceless works of art. Ask him for a link to the list of some of his old tunes. So, wait, this is just Accelerator? I guess if you don't know...
Downloading Accelerator.
If you don't know about the other way to get it, maybe?
Yeah, but
I don't know,
how would
let's
you
see.
get the-
Go ahead and hit download it and see what it is that you just grabbed.
I did.
Because it's different than the other file, presumably. Because it didn't come with the 1 after its name. Huh.
Well, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, this actually didn't.
That was very strange.
Into the list.
Yeah, I don't know.
Downloading 3Y3.
I already got that. Okay.
Yeah, we know what this other stuff is. Go back to the freelance.
Well, it's interesting that it was removed November 26th, and
He just uploaded it again. Uh-oh.
okay.
Hold on, what's the other sign say? Oh, the other sign. Okay. I said, what's the other sign say? You just zoomed back to the one sign you looked at. Yeah, we gotta go here, yeah. Amabel, it's broken.
I see that.
Yeah? Just now, or? Let's continue looking around here. Oh boy. Do you think this is a joke? You have one last change to remake your old Net Settler page or you're gone, Gil. How many drugs are you on? Very creative, but you need to remove the animation of yourself from this plot. Also, please remake your page because Net Settler isn't supported in HS anymore. Hold on, but he's... oh, I guess that's still that same note. Okay, yeah, the other thing.
Yeah.
Well, you can click on
I didn't click on what, sweetheart?
the big fucking castle that is the only thing on this page.
I'm the vision of the wizard eagle. I'm the beacon we can deepen. Weakens left with naught but freaking my plastic.
Is this
My plastic lip is
scroll up. Jack Koenig Knifer. Huh. If you can't find a favorite page, you can still search the NSDP tag to find older Net Settler pages hidden by Merchant Soft. They didn't get mine. Maybe because of the freelance? Okay, your browser doesn't love this, but do you maybe want to actually like look at this page before you go zooming off?
Okay, I feel really aimless, and I'm trying to find anything.
So you're trying to wander randomly? Is that NetSettler link clickable? No, that is not a way to get NetSettler. Because we've heard a little bit about this before, how there's a bunch of pages that are built on the old system that can't be accessed anymore. And there's some kind of safe mode trickery that makes them accessible, right?
Yeah.
But we never figured out how to do that?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right, we might have to keep looking around the freelance, but this is definitely interesting. Sarah Sanders' study. If you hang around the SAI a lot, you've probably seen Gil's art. He made all the map graphics for freelance. I dabble too, though my stuff isn't as good as Gil's. I do have fun making it. That's true. That is Cactus with Arrow.
That's a very good horse.
That is Buttercup the horse, undeniably. There's Deborah, the giant gnome. Deborah is a character wrote for the Sanderverse. Gil thinks she's too stupid, so he won't include her.
I don't like Gil.
No, Gil seems like a real shit. Sarah's quick opinions. She watched The Blender. Linda Horror suggested this, and wow, is it cheesy. I wonder if I'm missing something, because the gory parts are amusing when they're on, but most of it is just bad dialogue between amateur actors. 5 out of 10. Music review, Arcello Fragments. This is an album Stooge puts on while we're gaming. I need him to record me a copy, because sometimes I get lost in the atmosphere of the music and forget about our game. Travel review, Orlando, Florida. Orlando's only fun if you're rich. We stayed in a happy birthday hotel there, and it was adequate, but the theme parks were so disappointing. Most of your time there will involve waiting in long lines while the sun fries your skin. This does comport with my experience of Orlando. Not that I would ever go back there at this point. Check back next week for more opinions. So yeah, we can try to, see if there's more opinions. Okay, TV review, Double Witness, Season 1, Episodes 1 to 3. Not sure if this show will ever make sense, but I love it. It's a detective drama in which a small town's teenage mayor was found dead in a giant bag of broccoli. 7 out of 10. That's basically Twin Peaks. That's pretty much what happened in Twin Peaks. Music review, Chowderman, Please Come Back Home. The first new real Chowderman song in a long while, and maybe his last. It made me a little misty-eyed, truth be told. I hope this isn't really the end. 9 out of 10. Also, a game review, The Attempt to Drive 10,000 Miles While Your Husband Freaks Out Every Time You Pass a Large Truck game. Not fun. Better than the Do All the Housework Eternally While Your Husband Does Nothing game, though. 0 out of 10. It sounds like she's waking up.
Yeah.
And Gil's days are numbered. It kind of looks like that horse has penises for legs.
Yeah. Good for Buttercup.
Actually, probably not. Can you imagine having to walk on your glands? I will say that I am sad that the camera's off, because the gesture that I just made there, I think, was really adorable, and nobody got to enjoy it.
I didn't get to see it either. Yeah.
Just got back from CyberCog Cogulus Collectio, and it was fine, but I am not going on another road trip with my husband. Yeah, this marriage is hitting a skid here, it sounds like. I'm a 41-year-old wife and big-time daydreamer. And you know what, Sarah? You can fucking do better.
You can.
I'm Team Sarah, for sure.
Yeah. So I really don't know what I'm.
We haven't finished looking around the Dreamlands yet, have we?
The
The
freelance?
Freelands. Sorry, the Freelands.
All right, let's.
Oh,
all right,
gotta,
hang on.
yeah, pop back.
Chowderman, shut up.
Something I'm sure he hears a lot. Head south to visit Gil and Sarah's homestead. Is this the location of that page? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You enjoying the accelerator? Are you making sure you're scrolling all the way down on these pages? Okay.
Yeah. Did I not? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we're not missing any like sneaky stuff. Casper Air Graphics. Okay, so this is one we had not seen. We know a little bit about it now. Automotive Airbrush Art by Casper Sundberg. I mean, this guy's not going to know anything probably about browsers,
No.
but might still be interesting.
I doubt
51
it, but no.
51 pals on Chit Chat. It's more than we got.
Yeah.
Please do not message Captor about. Oh, Casper was in Clifta. See, that is interesting. We know them.
Yeah.
Go check out Ringleader Roddy and House of Sound. They both have great Hypnospace pages. Also, I'm open for work and can turn your car into a work of art. Interesting. What have we here? Oh, this is the Observer.
Yeah.
Because Merchant Soft have deleted Gamers Only, I've decided to join the Sovereign Alliance of Imagination. The Observer will soon be listed in the SAI Freelands, September 8th, 1999. So that did, in fact, end up happening.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't look like... So we got to figure out that safe mode trick, right? In order to view that guy's page, because it's made in NetSettler.
Right, and I don't.
Can you just search the phrase safe mode in the thing here? Just 2 words. Okay.
Okay, let's.
Yep, this is very familiar. Amabel. At least finish reading the page first.
Look what they did. All my text will be unreadable.
Okay. No, I will not be paying your exorbitant HypnoCure Pro fee just to be able to load my own page. Clicking a safe mode button every time a page loads is not an enjoyable way. Okay, so HypnoCure Pro has the safe mode button in it.
Okay.
It's 499 Hypno. We don't have 499 HypnoCoin. Amabel.
Okay.
And the other versions of HypnoCure don't have the safe mode browsing tool. Amabel, how are we going to make more HypnoCoin?
I don't know. How would we do that?
That's a great question.
Wait, if I go...
What? We don't.
I'm going to see if I go back to before I deleted the stuff and get... No, I can't. Okay. I don't know. How would I make more HypnoCoin? Have I soft locked?
No, there's no way. We hardly spent any HypnoCoins, so
I mean, I did buy a lot of shit I didn't need.
I don't know that you did.
How's my thing going? Is it dead?
Yep.
It,
Top left.
okay.
Probably for the best. It's very comforting to know that when I pass, you will simply throw me in the garbage.
That's not what's gonna happen.
I have played through this already, but I played through it when it came out, and that was some time ago. And I am not, to be clear, I am not like playing dumb to play along here. I legitimately do not remember. We are resolving this again together. So yeah, we gotta figure out how to get some hypno coin. Because this page needs to be in safe mode.
Right.
I mean, search for hypnocoin. See if there's a page that's like. Oh yeah, if we could find a bootleg version of Hypnocure in somebody's Flist or something, that'd be interesting. We don't know. We don't know that such a thing exists. So we'd have to find some kind of automated system to interact with, right? Because obviously there's no person to authorize a transaction anywhere. Okay. I mean, there's a Hypnocoin guide. There's a TV spot survey that showed up at the top. Does the survey pay? Is that why it's here? Do you like easy Hypnocoin? Click the following link to enroll in our Citizen Feedback Club and receive 11 Hypnocoin instantly. Sick.
You've got Hypnomail.
Okay, so this whole system's automated. We hope you're enjoying your 11 Hypnocoin. We've attached a link to download a new TV spot called Easy that we plan on broadcasting nationwide this summer. Please click the above link to download the spot and open it from your file manager. After viewing, click this link for the survey. Okay, we can do that.
With Hypnospace, the easiest sleep time social network just keeps getting easier.
Even my grandpa uses it.
Easy as pie.
My kids got me into it.
With our new Hypnospace guides, you can navigate Hypnospace with the direction of top experts.
It's a real game changer.
From movies, games, and music to cars and sports, we've got it all.
Hypnospace is awesome.
We've spent over $1 billion making sure Hypnospace citizens wake up fully refreshed.
I wake up feeling great.
Why waste your sleep time merely sleeping?
Going to bed just became a whole lot of fun.
For a busy parent, Hypnospace is amazing.
Take advantage of our 30-day no-risk trial and live your dreams on Hypnospace. With Hypnospace, the easiest sleep time social network just
All right, let's take that survey. Okay. Is your combined annual household income, whatever. Would you say that you generally like the Easy Spot Hypnospace ad?
Yeah, sure.
Would you say that your opinion of Hypnospace's ease of use and user friendly? Okay. Would you say that your opinion of value for money changed for the better? Would you say that your opinion of Hypnospace's status as a cutting-edge high-tech project changed for the better? What is your gender? Oh, shit. Unfortunately, you do not meet the qualifications necessary to complete this survey. No bitches allowed. Oh, no, I was right. In your opinion, were the people featured in the spot relatable, pleasant, attractive, and appealing? Please choose the face that represents how physically agreeable you found this Boy, physically agreeable is some fucking terrifying ad speech. How hardworking and down to earth is this spokesperson? How well behaved all-American kid is this spokesperson? Amabel,
Yeah.
I hate being right.
No, I get it.
Okay, we need like 120 Hypnocoin in a real hurry. Why didn't you want to click on the Hypnocoin guide? Why do you hate it so? Earn through special games or promotions run by Merchant Soft. Okay. So keep it to checking Merchant Soft stuff.
Merchant Soft is a terrible name for a company, by the way. I don't care for it.
Why do you hate all music?
You know.
I don't.
You
I
know.
literally don't.
Okay, I'm just for fun. Maybe that will have a.
Oh, you can instantly earn 11. Oh, you're already enrolled. I do think you're going to be better off searching for Hypnocoin than Merchant Soft. Merchant Soft's going to have a ton of pages that aren't relevant.
Yeah. But hang on, Hypnocoin doesn't give me a whole lot. That's.
Don't buy this.
Look how cute she is. Ah.
What about Send Me Money? Send Me Money 1. Howard's Life Tricks. I love. Stop sending money. Don't Nate. Don't Nate's very fun. In case it wasn't obvious, my name is a joke. Please stop sending me Hypnocoins one at a time because my inbox keeps filling up and it's very hard to read. That's fun. That feels like some Tim shenanigans there.
Okay, yeah, I'm not.
This guy does not. Can we change our name to Send Me Money and then go back in time?
These are just where I'm able to buy. These are all things to buy.
Yeah,
Things is
unfortunately.
the problem. Can't make our own page.
No.
That'd
be some interesting gameplay, though. So, Amabel.
Yeah.
We're coming up on the 2-hour mark of the stream here.
Yeah, and I just been floundering the whole time. I feel really bad. I feel like I let down the audience and you.
Okay, so first of all, no. Lies. You've not been floundering really bad. We've seen all kinds of crazy shit today. I think the freelance alone was worth the price of admission. But what do you want to do? Do you want to try to push on until we find the cash? You want to retire it and come back next week? Where's your head at?
Oh, gosh. I don't know, sweetheart. I'm kind of at the point, like, I want to see the end of the game.
Yeah.
But I'm also kind of at the point where I've played enough of the game. So I don't relish like another like episode or two.
Have you? If you don't even know how to get 100 Hypnocoin at a moment's notice, have you played enough of the game? Amabel.
Yeah, I can't. Help. Is there?
The other thing that we could potentially do, instead of trying to find a way to make automated money, is that we could the dangers of shonking. Oh right.
Counselor Ronnie report.
Anti-TNEB song. Yeah. We could try to find a bootleg copy of HypnoCure somewhere. Maybe that's a better move. I don't know. But do you want to just wrap it for today?
I guess, sweetheart.
I hear what you're saying, but I think we're gonna need one more to clear this up. All right. So then let me.
Wait, let me check out the
Okay.
list directory. Wait, where does it actually show me?
Yeah, I thought there was a list of all of the ones you had seen, but maybe not.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I guess that's it for now, sweetheart.
All right,
I'm
I'm gonna take
sorry,
us. I'm taking us to the cave. Hey, everybody! Whoosh! And since we're at the cave, you know what that means.
It's time.
It's time for some relaxing background music. So relaxed.
Oh, where is that from?
Moving background music. Some very moving background music. It's from, oh gosh, right here. It's our friends at the Relaxed Movement. Yay! They know. It's in the stream description at this point because I remembered to do that finally. Amabel, I don't want you to be so fucking bummed out. You did not. Where are you getting this idea that you've done a bad job? Is my question.
Because like the last time I felt like I had momentum, and then I don't feel like I have momentum here.
Okay, well, definitely what I would say is the last time you were going too fast and not seeing any things, and that's why when we popped into the archival system, all of the pages in the last time period were unvisited.
Okay.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's the post stream. Hey everybody. Everybody's going to Amabel. They want attention. You've been missing from the chat the whole time, and I don't pay attention to them like you do.
Yeah.
Say hi to the chat.
Hi, chat.
Say it less dejectedly. Express excitement.
Chat.
You know, I did say if they were good, might be a little. You want to do a little FaceTime? You want to? Are you feeling? You put your face on the internet all the time. It's less weird for you than it is for me.
Yeah, I usually do that after like spending days taking care of my hair and my face and whatnot. So I'm a little.
I mean, were you not good? I wouldn't say you were bad.
Yeah, what? What's that?
I'm arguing with fake Alex Blue.
All right, yeah, I'm here. Put me on. Yeah.
All right. Hey everybody. We're just gonna we'll have a little bit of FaceTime for everybody. Hi. It's us. It's actually us here. I don't have any makeup on, so that's exciting. This is the first time I've been on camera on the channel without makeup. I have my Marie Enger skeleton shirt on. Many such pieces of Marie Enger merch because you know.
Yeah, I have her toolbox behind me. That's cool.
That's true. That's where my toolbox went. My secondary toolkit. So yeah, it's the post stream. It's the part of the thing where we talk about how we love stuff. We share things, try to help other people find things that they can love. Amabel, do you have a thing to love?
Yeah, you. But besides you, I also loved
some media, something that people they can get on the internet.
Right. So what I saw recently, and you can find this on the internet, but
turn your ass up.
I'll get to it. I saw the 1953 television version of Marty, starring Rod Steiger, and that was a delight. You know, I had seen the 55 version with Ernest Borgnine a couple times, and there's a film that exists.
I didn't say it wasn't. I'm on
and
your
I
side.
don't, which I believe won Best Picture, and it's like it's fine. It's not my favorite. The 53 version is shorter because it's like 50 minutes instead of 90, and I feel like the particular story is telling about these kind of working class, down to earth people having a love story is told better in that version. And you can find this online. It's on you can find it on YouTube. Except because they used music at the time, and YouTube's algorithm or robots or whatnot thinks that music is, a copyrighted thing. The audio of any YouTube version goes out after 10 or 15 minutes for a little bit and then comes back.
Okay.
That's not ideal. You also can find it on, I believe there's a copy on Internet Archive. And you also can, there was a Criterion set that had it on it, so you can get it there. It's one of the classics of live TV, back when live TV was a thing. That was like every week there was like a different little movie. So that's Marty. I did that. How about you, sweetheart?
I got something.
Yeah?
Nope, not is being kind about our hair. Thank you for saying kind things.
Oh, thank you.
Robin Bennett says, I recently learned I love not living with baby raccoons whose mom is either dead or an asshole. Yes, raccoons are adorable creatures that it would probably be best for you if they were not anywhere near you. This is my thing about wild animals. I love creatures. I go to pieces over an adorable creature, but there is a healthy separation between us and creatures, and that separation is called walls, and it's best for them if they stay in their area and we stay in our area. That's my feeling. This is a lot of people's first introduction to how much I talk with my hands. I'm realizing as I'm talking, it's very. I got a couple of things. I had one thing, but then we made an incredible discovery just before stream time. So here's things. One thing. First of all, Aesop Rock dropped a new album. It's Black Hole Superette. And I think this is a good opportunity for me to just say, hey, Aesop Rock is fucking rad. Aesop Rock has been rad for, 20 years. This is my favorite rap music. If you're not familiar with Aesop Rock, he is, I'm just going to say, the best lyricist in the entire game ever in the history of the game. And it is a fucking privilege to be living at the same time as this man putting out just incredible work. My favorite albums, probably like Garbology was very, very good, I thought. Spirit World Field Guide is fucking rad. If you're not necessarily familiar, even if rap music ordinarily is not necessarily your thing, like I might recommend you give it a shot. The Impossible Kid's probably a little bit more, it's probably a little more straightforward. It's a little easier to get into. Spirit World Field Guide's a little like high concept kind of. Skeleton is, it comes from, some of the stuff on that comes from a pretty emotional place. Although I guess that's true of Impossible Kid as well. But yeah, I would recommend Aesop Rock. I'm a big fan of Aesop Rock. And then as we were setting up for the stream, I saw Worthy Kids released 7 hours ago a new Big Top Burger, the first Big Top Burger of season 3. It has been quite some time since there was a new Big Top Burger. Let me tell you something. I fucking love Big Top Burger. If you go to the Worthy Kids YouTube channel, Worthy Kids, a great animator, they got the Big Top. It's all on here, along with some other stuff. They've done a lot of fun other stuff, but this Big Top Burger series, which is about a food truck with a clown-based gimmick. It is a burger food truck where they are like a circus. It's supposed to be like a circus. The episodes are all really short. Yeah, like there's 2 full seasons of it, and that means that like you can watch it all in approximately half an hour. And it's fucking rad. It's my favorite animated thing on the internet. A total delight. So that's where I'm at, loving things wise right now. You know, I'll just go ahead and shout this out too. I was gonna maybe wait until shit, it's not in my subscriptions. I was gonna wait until there were maybe more episodes, but I saw this thing. Oh bloody hell! Now what did it? I can't remember what it was called though. Hold on a second. Let me pull this off to the side and see if I can find it really quick. I thought it was just gonna be in my subscriptions feed because I
It's
did.
your face
subscribe.
again.
It's my face. Oh God.
Love your face.
Don't worry, you will survive. You will survive seeing my face. Unless you don't, in which case you probably already haven't. So take that, you. LL Phil, while I search the internet for things.
Yeah, we're...
Never mind, shut up, I found it. I love you. Mount Mystic. It seems like they're putting on a TV show kind of thing. If you're familiar with like Wellington Paranormal, it has that kind of vibe. It's a sort of a faux documentary about park rangers working in a park where, you know, supernatural things happen. And just them being sort of a bunch of normal doofuses in this park where you know, the supernatural is frequent. There's only one episode right now, but I liked it. It says they're gonna do episodes. They're releasing episodes every 2 weeks. I don't remember where I read that, but yeah, this seems like it has promise. I don't know, something to keep an eye on if that kind of humor is the kind of thing that you enjoy. I'm gonna shut up now. I want to spill forth all of the love. You know, I want to give people things to be into. Hey, you know what else they could be into, Amabel?
What's that?
If they were looking for something on the internet, something on YouTube particularly, that was like really good, and that came out recently.
You already mentioned the Big Top Burger.
I did mention the Big Top Burger. There's this YouTube channel called Holland Spiel.
Oh no! Yeah.
Where our own Amabel Holland makes excellent video essays and put out one of your best ever just a couple days ago about the film 1,000 Clowns. Absolutely brilliant. It's a really beautiful piece about a movie that's, you know, doing some beautiful things. And Amabel, I think you're really good. You got really good at video essays really fast.
Very sweet. Yeah, and that one, because it's the movie ones don't do nearly as well. The algorithm doesn't like it as much as the board game ones, and all my social media people really just share the board game stuff. So I certainly would appreciate people giving that one a look, and I'm really glad that you enjoyed it particularly.
Fake Alex Blue says they watched a room full of British MPs speaking compassionately and articulately, largely in favor of self-ID for trans people for 2 hours as a response to the recent UK Supreme Court ruling. I also saw a good portion of that. I was quite surprised at how pro self-ID that group of people was, because I have learned to be disappointed by things coming out of the island. But yeah, that was actually kind of nice. That was a nice little boost that day. And we need those boosts every so often. Let me tell you, living in America lately, things are mostly headed in the other direction.
Yeah.
So, I think that's gonna be it, right? That's our deal for this weekend. We thought maybe this was the end of Hypnospace Day. It turns out there's more Hypnospace than I remembered, and this is the problem with guessing how long a video game is based on the fact that you played it one time 8 years ago. Oops, that's my bad. So, when you come back next weekend, we got more Hypnospace for you. When you come back, the camera's on this one. When you come back this coming week, there's more video games. I hope people are enjoying the series that are on the channel right now. You know, there's gonna be more 4X School. There's gonna be more Blueprints, y'all. We got so much Blueprints in the can. Let me tell you something. We're gonna be playing Blueprints until fucking 2028 at this rate. But you know, new stuff's coming as holes open up. The conclusion of Hypnospace, I think, next weekend. I hope y'all have a wonderful whatever is left of your weekend. And yeah, peace.